Hello, everybody. Are you having a good day today? Hopefully it's good enough to talk about our group's tribe and region together. Now, the region and tribe we did choose was, drumroll please, the Atlantic Seaboard and the Wampanoag Tribe. Let's talk about the region first. The Atlantic Seaboard, inhabited by the Wampanoag and neighboring tribes, was characterized by heavily wooded areas that limited interactions between different tribal groups. This environment, coupled with a cooler and more temperate climate, facilitated agriculture and reduced reliance on hunting as the primary food source. Various tribes in the Atlantic Seaboard had diverse customs, but many shared practices such as farming and hunting. Their proximity to the coast granted them access to the sea, fish, and shellfish, enriching their diet and resources. Let's talk about the Wampanoag people now. The Wampanoag people had a matrilineal society where women played a significant role in governing households and engaging primarily in agricultural production. They referred to the earth as Turtle Island and revered the turtle as a sacred symbol. The name Wampanoag translates to people of the first light/dawn. The Wampanoag territory was divided among 7 different tribes, with some minor tribes on the fringes. They lived in semi-sedentary communities, with seasonal movements for hunting, fishing, and cultivating the 3 sisters corn, beans, and squash, which formed the staple crops. In addition to the 3 sisters, the Wampanoag also grew small melons, similar to watermelons, which served a similar purpose in their overall crop cultivation. Corn was typically dried and ground into powder or paste for baking or cooking, rather than eaten fresh from the ear. Their homes, known as wetas, were constructed from wood and tree bark. Several wetas formed a village, referred to as a wetwash. Spring and summer housing, near wetlands, lakes, and coasts, used bark from younger trees and cattle-made mats for rain protection. In contrast, winter housing, located further inland in heavily wooded areas, utilized bark from older trees and woven bulrush mats to retain heat during harsh New England winters. Every wetu had a central hole in the roof for smoke ventilation, and each family had access to a central fire. Clothing primarily consisted of breechcloths made from deerskin, worn under a waist belt. Leggings were added in colder weather to protect against brambles, and women wore knee-length skirts in warmer weather. In winter, both men and women donned mantles made of deerskin, usually fastened around one shoulder and wrapped around the body. Footwear consisted of moccasinage, which referred to a pair of moccasins. The Wampanoag were known for their elaborate jewelry and had tattoos. They followed a seasonal migration pattern, moving towards ponds, rivers, and lakes during spring and summer months to take advantage of fishing in fertile lands. In winter and fall, they shifted to more wooded areas. Herring caught from rivers and streams were either cooked and consumed or used as fertilizer for cultivating the 3 sisters. The primary language among the various tribes belonged to the Algonquian language family. Different subtribes inhabited distinct regions with defined borders throughout Wampanoag territory. These subtribes were united in a confederation governed by sachems, each leading a territory within the confederation. Tribes within the confederation had established boundaries, often defined by specific hunting grounds, and engaged in trade and exchange among themselves. Thanks for tuning in today. This was the Wampanoag Tribe, signing out. Insert early 2010 seconds outro.